home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming.
I don't think that's a very accurate assessment. I think the pink ball does tend to swing a lot more than the normal red ball that we play with. We experienced that in the one match that we played in 2019 against Bangladesh. It's much more challenging to play with the new ball, with the pink ball, regardless of what pitch you're playing on, and especially in the evening. If, say, you're as a batting team, you're starting your innings in the evening under lights, then that 1.5 hours is very challenging. Yes, spin will come into play for sure, but I don't think the new ball and the fast bowlers can be ignored. The pink ball does bring them into the game till the ball is nice and shiny, and something that we are very well aware of, and we're preparing accordingly. This is part of man management that you have to do as a captain. It's very important to understand that you need to bring the most aggressive option out of your bowlers at all times, and how to communicate to each individual is very important. What I speak to Ishant will probably bring the best out of him in terms of looking for wickets and bowling attacking lines. At the same time, we would discuss fields. Ash is very smart, very sharp, and he understands his field positioning and all those kind of things very well. But sometimes I do chip in as a batsman and say, if you were bowling to me, I would not like a fielder here or here or here. So he understands that quite quickly, and he's very smart about it. So I think we've been able to develop a good communication, a good understanding over the years, and that's one of the big reasons for the bowling unit bowling together, understanding the plans clearly, and having an aggressive mindset wherever we have played in the world. And we've been picking 20 wickets continuously, and something that we take a lot of pride in as bowlers. Individuals are different, but the goal remains common, which is to get the other team out as quickly as possible, and in order to do that, they bowl really well in partnerships and understand their strengths and their field positioning very well. Well, last time we experienced that for the first session is probably the nicest to bat, when the sun's out and the ball doesn't do as much. But when it starts to get dark, especially during that twilight period, it gets very tricky. The light changes, it's difficult to sight the ball, and then under lights is like playing the first session in the morning. In a normal test match, the ball does tend to swing a lot. So I think it's a reversal of roles, and something that you need to adjust to quite quickly as batsmen. Even though you might be set in the afternoon, but you have to really take guard again and start from scratch in the evening, and understand that you probably have to be a bit more disciplined, bit more disciplined than you were in the day when things were probably easier with the bat. So these are the major differences. And similarly with the bowlers, the plan in the afternoons was to bowl a nice and consistent line and length, and then in the evenings, when the situation allowed us to, we attacked a lot more. So I think the same kind of template will be useful in this game as well, and these are the few differences from a normal test match scenario that we experience. We've been doing for years now, which is playing good cricket. Our focus will solely remain on our team, not really bothered about what the strengths and weaknesses of the English team are. We've beaten them in their home as well, where the ball does way more, and we have bowled them out every time. So we're not really bothered with that. It's just about playing well as a team. And yeah, there are many weaknesses in the opposition's side as well. If you are keen to exploit them, things can. If the seamer friendly track is for them, it's for us as well. And we probably have among other teams the best bowling attack in the world. So we're not really bothered by what the ball might bring differently to the table. We're ready for anything that comes our way. You can't play for those kind of reasons. We're not looking to win one and draw one. We're looking to win both. For us, these are two games of cricket, and solely the only thing that we're focused on. What it does afterwards is a conversation for later. That's a reality that's not present right now. In the present moment, we are preparing for tomorrow, ready for the grind for 5 days, wanting to win a test match for India, and then move on to the next one. One day at a time is something that we've followed for years now, and there's no point running far ahead into the future where you have no idea what's going to happen. So we are going to focus on what we can do as individuals in the present moment, and let other people think of scenarios and what if not, and we're really not focused on those things. Crowd plays a massive role. The crowds really get behind us, and the difference of which we saw in the second test. The opposition does feel the pressure when you go to play in Australia, England, South Africa, New Zealand, anywhere. people are, I've experienced that as a batsman. When you walk into the field and 30,000 fans are booing you, or clapping when the bowler's running into bowl, it does play on your head. So we would love for that atmosphere to be present, make life more difficult for the opposition and really get behind the team. That's what playing at home is all about. It's not only about the conditions on the field, but 50,000 people and their energy behind your team. It does push you in the right direction, and it does put a lot more pressure on the opposition. Look, I've known Ishant for many years now. He started playing state cricket with me from his first season onwards. We've been roommates for many years in state cricket, Ranji Trophy cricket. When he got selected for India, he was fast asleep in the afternoon, and I had to kick him off the bed to say that you've been selected, and he wouldn't believe me. So that's how far we go back, and I couldn't be happier for him. For playing 100 Test matches as a fast bowler is no mean feat, and especially playing in our conditions where things can get so difficult. But he persevered, he kept working hard, and that's been his essence from day one. Very hardworking guy, very honest about the game, about his abilities, about what he can bring to the table, and very self-assured. I was most excited to work with him and really bring the best out of him as an attacking fast bowler. And something that it clicked immediately, because he knew my mindset. He knows me inside out. There's big trust factor. I know him inside out. I know that he's going to respond to advice. He knows I'm gonna listen to his plans as well. So I think it's worked really well for both of us, not just for him as a fast bowler, but for me as a captain as well, to have that kind of experience and the kind of consistency he brings in with the attacking lines and lengths he bowls. I've just been very, very happy to see him really enjoy his bowling in the last 4 or 5 years and really become that stalwart of the Indian fast bowling group. So couldn't be happier for him. Really, really excited. I'm going to be present on the field when he plays his 100th game, and to see that smile on his face and just run in and bowl will be great to watch for a dear friend of mine. पहले मैं दूसरे सवाल का जवाब मैं आपको दे सकता हूँ. साइड स्क्रीन हमारा काफ़ी ब्रॉड है, और जो सीट्स हैं वो एक ऐसे एंगल पे हैं जहाँ पे प्रॉब्ली आपका ध्यान नहीं जाता है एज अ बैट्समैन. एज अ फील्डिंग ग्रुप हमने इस बारे में डिस्कशन करी है, बट जिस तरीके से मैं इस चीज़ को देखता हूँ कि सीट का कलर जो है वो है, आप उसको बदल नहीं सकते हैं. बॉल के कलर और सीट के कलर में फ़र्क है, और अगर आप ध्यान से बॉल पे फोकस करेंगे तो आई थिंक बॉल को पिक करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. हमने प्रैक्टिस भी करी है दिन में और शाम को दोनों, तो कोई इश्यूज़ नहीं हमें फेस हुए. और पहला सवाल जो आपने पूछा, हमारे लिए काफ़ी गर्व की बात है कि सबसे ज़्यादा कैपेसिटी वाला स्टेडियम दुनिया में इंडिया में है, और हम पहला टेस्ट मैच खेलने वाले हैं उस पर. और एटमॉस्फेयर जब लोग आएंगे, स्टेडियम भरेंगे, वो एक्सपीरियंस उसके बाद ही आप एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं. लेकिन जो हमने देखा है अभी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वाइज और जो फैसिलिटीज़ प्रोवाइडेड हैं, जैसा स्टेडियम बनाया गया है, जैसे एरियाज़ डेजिग्नेटेड हैं, कमाल का स्टेडियम बना है. और हम लोग काफ़ी एक्साइटेड हैं, काफ़ी खुश हैं कि इतना बढ़िया, इतना सुंदर स्टेडियम हमारे देश में बना, और हम उस पर खेलने जाएंगे कल से.